All right, folks, welcome on back here this Wednesday, April 28th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, welcome on back here for our afternoon meeting. Let's get a quick sound check just to begin. Of course, I think I'm good to go across the cyber group room. Great to see all of us, though, joining back on social media, Facebook Live and YouTube. Great to see Taz, Skip, Felix, Greg, Bonnie, William, all of our members here live inside the cyber group room. Perfect. All right, so let's hop right into it, folks. We got Fausto finishing up the Phase 3 stock course today. So, your last final trading session with the man himself. He'll be trading the market close, namely these picks that we'll be kind of scanning for here heading into this meeting. So, without further ado, let's start with the VXRT. I was pretty interested in this trade. I was thinking I was going to put this on our list for the afternoon. But unfortunately now, if it's not breaking higher, there's only one other way it's going to go. Temporarily, we say that. So I got to say to begin, I dodged a bullet on this stock. I was calling this stock out right before we started the meeting here live inside the trading room. I said, look for more buying on the VXRT trade over the 870 level. Hey, whatever I call out, folks, there's a very good chance that I'm trading it myself, right? There might be some stocks that are out of my personal price range that I call out to cater to some folks that I know trade the more expensive ones or, whatever it may be. But this is like my type of stock. This is most people's types of stocks, I'd say. It should be for everybody. Tight spread, relatively inexpensive, very liquid order book. If you've been following us here in the trading room at least day to day, week to week, you've seen us trade this stock before. You probably have traded the stock in the past yourself. So it's to say, hey, I was looking to buy, looking for this to run off the 870 right here. When it broke over 870, I jumped in long right off 872. I set a stop right below me at 870 or at 868. I ended up getting stopped out. Hey, right place, wrong time, or maybe wrong time altogether, and this will come back down entirely. I'm not trying to risk that, though. So you know what? I'll take the dinky 4-cent loss. Look at where it's dropping down to now. Kind of seems like a Fausto flags building towards the downside here. So, hey, I love VXRT. This was on my watch list going into the morning myself. I didn't make the morning watch list, but there were a lot of stocks that were very active this morning, and VXRT was one that I noted at least. Ended up making the nice push from earlier today. At this point right now, we'll see if we'll make a pushback later on. I guess we'll kind of come back to this at the very end of the meeting. Kind of put this on the side list to begin. All right, let's just go right from top to bottom here. And Tina, one of our students here, one of our members, I should rather say, saying BTX 42. Take a look at this thing. Are you kidding me again? Tina, oh my goodness. This is insane. Literally, this is insane. Insanity is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. We're here day to day trading the stock, and at some point we're expecting this to pull back. We're expecting the stock to make a drop off after like 4 or 5 up days in a row, and not just up days, but really strong moves up. It's been every day that we've seen the stock near the top of the gainers list. Hey, for right now, again, this one is one that I probably wouldn't be trading myself going into the close. For anyone that's trying to try and run this up higher, trade this all-time highs. Let me just triple check on that to make sure. Oh, yeah, this should be all-time highs, right? Oh, stand corrected. Not all-time highs, at least from the daily chart that I have. It seems like this stock was trading around the 80s, 90s back in like 2011, 2012. And so either way, hey, it's great to see the run-up once again. It seems like it's all-time highs, but nonetheless, I'll put this on our watch list for any of our more level 5 traders. For anyone else, this is why we call it the quote unquote watch list, right? You're not forced to trade the BTX. I like the VXRT still, even though that's on our side list, but we'll come back to that, like I said, at the end. I'd be really patient on this trade, honestly, for as fast as this is moving up. Be patient with your setup, wait for it to come to you, and then from there, be quick with your execution. And once it happens, try and be quick to get in at your price. I would much rather be interested in this UXIN trade. I said that earlier and had pushed up very nicely, but now at this point, hey, it still looks really strong. Seemed like there was a lot of buying coming in off the 299 level and off of 2 specific price levels where we saw huge iceberg orders getting filled. So it's just had a tough time breaking higher so far, but we typically know what happens going into the final 30 minutes, 45 minutes at least of the afternoon for a stock that's holding near its highs. So this UXIN trade definitely, this is more level 1 if anything, whereas like BTX was level 5. This UXIN level 1, and That's price aside. This is cheap too, right? So you can trade a lot of shares of it. So it's not just, a slow mover. It's a pretty inexpensive one. AHT also inexpensive. I think we traded this back during the pandemic, vaccine news, I think, of some sort. Could be wrong on that, but ended up making a squeeze up earlier today. This one also level 1, but not really making that strong of a move up right now. So not as sold on it just yet, so to say. I am in 2 trades. I'll tell you about those trades in just a moment, folks. I got a stop set on both. One, I'm potentially getting stopped out soon. We'll see. We'll jump to it, I'm sure, at some point. Ooh, talking too much about me here. GALT, what the hell happened here? Another big pop. Just broke out from 490, popped over 5, and now it's at the high here, 511. Talking too much about me. This GALT trade, though, pushing up beautifully going into the close. This one even more than the UXIN trade I like the most. So, yeah, GALT, definitely. I mean, it's hard to borrow right now. It was easy to borrow for the last, many days that we've been trading the stock, meaning that, on days where it wasn't going to break out higher, then we could have shorted it. But for right now, don't try and short this thing. This thing just broke out over a major resistance. It looks like there was some buying coming in just recently over the last few minutes here. Like it stopped and then just popped higher a bit. So wait to see if what happens around the 5 level. It might break under and then back over 5 and then go from there. But yeah, GALT, definitely big trade today. All right, quick water break there. We keep it moving though. We got a warrant right there. USWS here. Cheapy. I don't mind the cheapies, but right now pulled back down. RHE, just not a lot going on there. Boxel, this thing, Box Light, I should say. But, this stock has been such a tease of a stock over the last, how many months, really? I mean, probably over a year at this point. But it's been a known name. Nice level 1 stock, so it's not going to shake down 50, 40, 25 cents in a minute bar. But, hey, thankfully today it played very nicely for us. Ended up making a big pop as soon as the market opened up. I mean, maybe took a few minutes, then broke. But, namely, it ended up holding that prior resistance as a support level. So you could see where it pulled back down towards exactly 270, 269, moved back up higher. That's exactly the type of run that you would love to see. So, for right now, I think it's kind of washed up. I think it's kind of just done for right now, I'd say. Atos, another big mover from the morning at least, kind of dying off at least from before. All right, I got to jump to a stock right now, folks. I guess we would have gotten to it. Number 11. There we go. Perfect timing. I think I even skipped over it. I saw Atos first. For anyone live inside the Cyber Group room right now, I've been in this trade from the 1050 level. Lewis, there we go, baby. Love to see it, right? Right back to that 1065 level. So this is a big moment on this trade. I had this on my radar screen. I saw the price like 1064, 1065. I'm like, let me jump to it. So Clover Health, Clove. We've been following the stock, of course, from the last week and a half, waiting for the big dead cap bounce off the big drop off as it came off like a direct listing. So we caught it, and then we were waiting for the next move up at some point. Just keep it on the side list, right? There wasn't really news out on this stock in pre-market. So as soon as the market opened up, it wasn't on our main watch list, and as soon as the market opened up, it took off. We called it out shortly after, but it goes to show that you're still able to grab a good chunk of the pie here at least, and to see this kind of hold support and then slingshot up higher from 10 goes to show how strong that level really was. And now at this point, it's doing the same thing off 1050, not just 1050, 1045 also. 1045 and also 1050 were 2 huge iceberg levels from earlier today where it broke through through those prices as resistance. Well, that's where I'm in right now. I was playing this before off of where was I in from? Like 1054. I took a 7-cent loss. Had a pretty good day. It took a while to get the profits going, but gotta say now it's been just as good, just as successful today as it has been yesterday, Monday, Friday last week. If you could hear that, I'm knocking on wood, making sure I don't, jinx myself there. But for right now, Clove here pushing back over that really important level, 1065 in particular. We'll look to see, if this can make the big squeeze up higher. I know a few of us, are looking for that right now. So yeah, definitely this Clove trade. If it fails to break out higher, then hey, at least this is one of the, not to say few, but one of the shortable stocks on TradeStation today. Not as many shortable stocks today, gotta say. UXIN high of the day. Tina says, we'll jump back to that. And I want to jump to another one, actually. I was being threatened of a stop out on this other one. I'll jump to that in a second. But I'm actually checking. It popped up really well for me. Yeah, Tina, this UXIN broke over the 3. There we go. Nice push up higher. We'll come back to that at the end. That one, of course, is on our watch list already. The one I want to jump to right now, I wouldn't have found it on the gainers or losers list. ALDX. I've been calling the stock out for you folks live inside the Cyber Group room all throughout the afternoon. One of 3 stocks I'd say that I've been personally watching. Sans, maybe UXIN. But off 14, we had so much buying off of the 14 level yesterday that led to this like choppy but decent move. Today, it was kind of like lower volume. At first, it didn't really make the big pop, and that was expected. But, for right now, once this re-broke over the 14, it's held over it. And here's our slingshot now. So it's not up or down a whole lot, but given the news that came out on ALDX from yesterday, the big move that we caught from there, it really hasn't dropped off that far. I mean, I feel like we can get more on this trade. So I'll put this near like the bottom of our watch list. I mean, certainly I like GALT a lot more. I like my Clover a hell of a lot more, so long as that holds over 1064, 1065. UXIN, obviously. So this one will make the cut. And we'll see if this could push up a lot higher, like I hope for it to. You don't want to rely on hope, right? XXII, another one. Nice push from earlier today. I mean, hey, if you've been following me in the afternoon meeting, I'm sure Fausto said it earlier during the morning meeting. This XXII stock is like a very decent stock now to watch day to day. Like, it's a great side list stock. It's not going to make a big move every day. So we're not going to trade it every day, but based on the run that it's had up, the drop off, and it's shortable, and it provides good opportunity. So it ended up making a beautiful run earlier, triple top breakout, roughly off 535, held a higher low from there, like 540 as support. I'm pushing up now. So you know what? Hey, I'll give it a chance here again. XXII, I like the stock. Looks like the Dow is popping higher, namely off the 2:30, press conference. I know the FOMC was today. I didn't really mention that just from before, but they left the rates unchanged. Some headlines coming out from, what Powell's saying right now. Economy is a long way from employment and inflation goals. Powell says don't have a test for liftoff or taper to do with the virus. A whole bunch of stuff coming in. But nonetheless, the Dow ended up making a bit of a pop so far off that presser at 230 here. So we'll see if there's anything else that's moving up, not to say just with the market, but any other big movers from earlier today. If they're still holding strong, why not? Just kind of skim through. MVIS on the way down. It's hard to borrow today from TradeStation. It's so volatile. It's hard to not put this on our watch list. Guess I'll slip this on here, the MVIS stock. I don't know if I'll be trading this, myself, but for anyone that does well on the stock day to day or has been, then I'm sure that you folks are going to follow up on it, and rightfully so. Gotta love to see it. Gotta love to see it, folks. Mara at the high of the day. What's my Bitcoin up to? It's not doing a whole lot, really. So I got a little excited there just checking to see Bitcoin's move. I know that we have Fausto's Phase 3 class coming up for all of us live inside the Cyber Group room. I'm going to finish up pretty shortly here. Just checking out Bitcoin, really just since the afternoon, just a couple days back, ended up making a big recovery, squeeze up. Not a whole lot happening yet, but again, folks, like I said yesterday, and this is the day that I'm really, hoping for this to happen. There was a rumor out, and rumors we know are not always true, but there was a rumor floating around beginning yesterday that when Facebook releases their earnings today, that they're going to make an announcement regarding adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So take it for what it's worth. If it's wrong, hey, it wouldn't shock me if it's wrong. It's just a rumor. But should that be true, then it would not shock me for Bitcoin to make the type of pop that it had when Elon Musk and Tesla announced the same news back a few months ago. So again, we'll check in with it tomorrow briefly. For right now, my goodness, now it takes me at a standstill with Mara here, because for anyone live inside the Cyber Group room that's been following us here, I mean, just month to month, let's say, kind of a returning member here. You folks know my deal with Mara and Riot in the afternoon. They normally don't make a big continued move up higher, especially when they're up big already. They're at the highs, So I'm reluctantly putting this on our list. It wouldn't shock me if this does not end up pushing up higher, or at least making a big clean push up higher into the close. But it's hard to not put this type of move, on our list here to start. All right, got our good friend Mitch from YouTube once again. Welcome back, Mitch. He's asking about the NCTY trade right now. I see it number 18. It's pushing up. It's got a lot on the list already there, Mitch. Just I don't really feel the need to put a stock that has such a big spread on the watch list right now. We already have one of those in BTX. Yeah, Andrea Clove is doing nice right now. It's playing well for what I want it to do. I'm pushing up beautifully, making that move up to 1075. The stock has high short interest. That's also another reason as to why I was really interested in this move up today, or at least, going into the afternoon. Doesn't mean that it's going to pop higher. Not necessarily out of the doghouse yet. It would be pretty crappy for this to shake back down and for me to waste this big profit I'm up on right now. But got to keep the meeting going here, folks. If there's anything else that's up big, type it in the chat board here for me. I'm going to hop over to the losers list in the meantime, just skim through it fast. There are times where I do the meeting. I'm in like 1 or 2 trades. They work out well. Hey, just like AMC yesterday. Finished up the meeting yesterday and AMC tanked like 30 cents on my short. But then there are times where I move on from a stock. It's hard to juggle it all. That's why I say for all of us live inside the Cyber Group room, we're all human beings. We can only focus on as much as we can. Like there are times where I'm in a trade and I waste the profit. It sucks. So let's try and zip through this meeting fast, see what else we got. Pinterest on the way down off earnings. AMD on the way down off of earnings from earlier. Hey, Mitch, for Mitch on YouTube, how about this? I would rather follow Pinterest on the way down than that NCTY on the way up. And this one's like 5 times more expensive. It's all based on the liquidity. Oh, there we go, David, right from our coaching session. I'm just checking the trading room chat right now. David C., one of our newer gold students, I was with him in a coaching session earlier. He picked up 20 cents just now in the UXIN trade. He was in roughly from 3. He just closed out now, though, at 318. Excellent trade, David. Very nice. Beautiful. All right, cool. Got EMPH, Spotify, big names off of earnings or off of news. I think there's news on Spotify regarding increasing their subscription. That sucks. I love Spotify. I pay for them every month. I'm a contributing member. Sucks. I don't like having my subscription raised. All right. I think that's it, folks. Nicholas on YouTube, just jumping back to the YouTube chat board here, saying YouTube. Tilray is a mover. It is. Wow, nice push. Yeah, I know that Norman was talking about the pot stocks live inside the Cyber Group room earlier today. MJ was up nicely. I mean, I don't think there was really any news out on the pot stocks. I think it was just more like, strength of sector pushing up well. So, yeah, Tilray moving up well with it, Nick. ACB not as sharp. AFA, another good move. I feel like AFA has been a better pot stock to trade compared to ACB. I'm sure CGC, Canopy Growth in there too. Let's check out VXRT here next. Oof, this one, geez, imagine if I held on to this trade. Right place, wrong time, right, folks? Or maybe right place, not any time here if this is going to be a complete reversal. So that's why I say just, if it breaks right back below the big important level that you're calling out and you're in the one that you're looking at, just get out quick. Try and re-enter the trade later on if it gives you the chance. But if not, then, hey, you move away. Let's see. From Sonia here, one of our new trial members, asking about DPST. Nah, this is an ETF. First, we're not as keen to trade ETFs altogether, but the price, the spread, the everything. This just I wouldn't even follow. I mean, we're primarily day trading first, so we want to follow stocks that are first. We want to follow stocks. Secondly, we want to follow stocks that are relatively inexpensive. Not to say super cheap. We're not looking for the penny stocks or bulletin board stocks or whatever. But we're looking for stocks that we could trade. 500, 1,000 shares of. Hey, if you're trying to do options, do puts or calls on more expensive plays, then that's different, right? You can read the order flow on the order book in order to try and dictate the direction of the equity and then play the option from there. That's always an option. All right, folks. So I'll tell you, I think that we're pretty much good. I'll keep the pot stocks on the side list for right now. They do look nice for Nicholas on YouTube. That's a good call. if you do well on Tilray in particular on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis, or more consistently than not, then I would definitely follow it. But for right now, I mean, between the UXIN, between the CLOV trade, I mean, hey, for right now, my ALDX is still pushing up nicely. Uh-oh, just shook down literally the last second I said that. May have jinxed that. All right, well, I got my stop set on this trade to take me out break even, if anything. So I would just waste the profit, unfortunately, if this breaks. But nonetheless, we got plenty more. We got the XXII still. We got the GALT trade still pushing up nicely. All right, folks, so there's plenty to go around going into this afternoon. And then outside of that, I keep in mind, folks, I know that Rich just posted the link before. He'll repost it just coming up shortly. But the link for Phase 3, Fausto's live trading session going into the close, he's going to be trading the picks himself going into the afternoon. So once again, for all of our gold, platinum, diamond, CTU students, make sure that you folks click the link that Rich posted right there below just to join. And then for those of you that don't have access to that, no problem at all. Rich will be taking you going into the afternoon. Then myself, I'll be back on at 3:30 at least myself, taking you into the final 30 minutes. All right, folks, I'll talk to you all soon. For all of us in social media, I'll say to sign off. Just make sure that you click the link on the banner below or go to the link on the banner below if you're interested in joining us, at least for the final 30 minutes today and for the next 7 days after. All right, I'll talk to you all there. Take care.